Good morning! Happy Saturday! Scott and I are heading to it's Old Bagel House. Yes. We're checking out a new place. His mom and sisters have gone and we were gonna go for a walk with them, but they're all busy at the moment. So Scott's like, I kinda want a bagel anyway, so we're going. It is almost 8 o'clock. I slept in today, although I woke up early enough. So I didn't vlog last weekend because we were just home and I didn't do anything worthy of documenting. But this weekend we are going to be doing quite a bit. Yeah, it is we. It is us. You and I. But we have a curbside pickup from IKEA to finally get the Calyx unit. I have to figure out where the drawers are gonna go. I'm gonna see if I can pawn it back off on my dad for a bit. And then Scott and I built a mini rollout pantry this week. Originally it was gonna be like twice the size, and then we kind of thought, okay, no, we're not really gonna do, we're not gonna do that one just yet. And then we had enough scrap wood from the benches that Scott built last June that it actually worked out perfectly. So we are going to finalize that. We have to get just either some dowels or some like molding strips just to kind of give something, yeah, some side strapping, anything to aid in things not falling off the shelf as we pull it out. But I'll show you guys that later. I'm like beyond excited for it. Comes out nice. Yeah, the wood is a little warped because the wood that we got for the bench was very warped. We may do, like it's not the end of the world, especially because, like, you know, we're not selling it or anything, it's just for us. But it is not the most ideal.
There isn't a straight line in the whole thing.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. That's a lie. Anyways, so we might go pick up an extra piece of wood just to fix up a couple parts of it instead of like redoing it. So that is some of the Saturday adventures. So I will check in with you guys in a bit. Just checking in. It's been quite some time. This has been warmed up once, and soon to be twice. So Scott and I did a kitchen clean when we came back for having our breakfast. We ended up he got the onion bagel with the urban garlic cream cheese. I got an everything bagel with urban garlic cream cheese. We picked up a couple of blueberry turnovers. Haven't had those yet. Super excited for them. And they sell mini bagels. I don't know, maybe like that big. It's a Montreal style bagel place, and we got a dozen of the mini donuts, Mountain Donuts, mini bagels, and we had a couple, and they're very, very tasty. So I'm gonna have a little mini sandwich on them later on today. So we cleaned the kitchen, we started to reorganize the living room a little bit to get our coffee tables back in the living room. We kind of had them shoved behind the table when we did VR several weeks ago. Like maybe even a month ago, and just haven't bothered to put them back. But I was getting sick of looking at them, so my kitchen table has a whole bunch of stuff on it right now. And I'm gonna move the bench back up to our bedroom, at the bottom of our bed. I'm scrolling obsessively through my email, waiting for IKEA to tell me that I can come pick up my Calyx unit. We have to borrow my dad's car. We think it might fit in my car, but the amount of stress to like finagle it to fit in, I'm just not here for it. So I went down to the basement because the drawers that I have in Scott's side of the closet, even though they have my things in it, we need to move that into the basement because my dad doesn't have space to take it back, and we don't want to get rid of it or even sell it because it would make a really good dresser for a guest bedroom or a nursery in the future. I feel like I mentioned this in my last vlog, so I apologize if there's gonna be 2 vlogs like back to back. I didn't vlog it all last weekend, and then it's just been such a crazy couple of weeks that I haven't been able to sit down and actually edit it, or I just haven't had the brain power at some points. So I just spent 10 minutes editing it and then realized I have like 40 plus minutes of footage, and I do not have, you know, an hour to spend doing that right now. I want to get some work done. So there's going to be 2 vlogs. I apologize, but because we're doing home stuff this weekend, I wanted to vlog it because then I actually have something to share. Like, that's the one thing, like, I do love vlogging because it helps with my memories, and it's just fun to share. And as Scott likes to say, like, I'm a nosy person, but I'm like, if you're putting it up on the internet, you're inviting people to be nosy, so really you're just inquisitive. You're not nosy if someone's inviting you into their life. So I just want to do that. I enjoy it. So I thought you guys would see that. Also, contemplating picking up the paint for my accent wall in my living room, so I'm like fully excited to do everything around the house and not do any work. But I didn't get to do any work this week when I came home because I was just zapped. It has been a bit of a week, and if you're not aware, it was supposed to be, for us, it was supposed to be March break. I'm supposed to be on March break right now. My school has 2 weeks, so this next coming week, everyone else in Ontario is still in school, but it's the week after that the public schools have their March break. But we have 2 weeks, so I was supposed to be starting my March break yesterday, but we've had to change it. Most March break has been postponed, not canceled, postponed to a week in April. So we got another month, I think another month or so, just over a month, until that. And then because we have 2 weeks, we're going to actually do our second week in May. But I do have next Friday off because the second week of May that we have our second full week off is actually the May 2-4 weekend. So they didn't want to jip us a day. So because that Monday is already a holiday, we were already going to be off. They're giving us next Friday off. So we're doing that. And then we have like a Disney day Thursday afternoon. We're watching a movie. So it's going to be good. It's going to be fine. We'll make it. We'll make it. But that's kind of changed lots of different plans of just like things to do around the house and like having time to do things I wanted to do that I can't have time to do yet. But that's okay. I digress. So yeah, super excited for the home stuff. And I realized that it's been about a year since I redid my office and my accent walls. And like even my bookcases. It's all been within the last year, my black unit, like so much has changed. So I thought I'd bring you guys along, and so I'm going to take a quick break. It is 10 to 11, so a quick break from you guys, not a quick break from me. I'm going to actually get some work done now. IKEA's click and collect. Could have been number 1. But Scott didn't turn to the parking spot, so we're 14. So I'm hoping that like the place doesn't look overly busy, considering that they have like 70 click and collect spots, but obviously I don't think people can't book the 1 hour slot. I don't know. Who knows? So we're waiting, and obviously we're in my dad's car, and then I'm gonna go home. I already kind of semi-prepped the room for it, which is exciting, and I see people coming, so I'm gonna click off. Gets worse before it gets better. So now we officially have that area back. It had our golf clubs, like our 2 golf bags, had 2 office chairs. So I have a few things that I need to go through again. These are things that are going to be donated, but I'm going to go through and see if there's anything I can actually like sell. Otherwise, I'll just drop it off and donate it. These 2 bins are full of books and stuff that like I don't need right now and that I'm not going to be using. And then we got my mattress topper up there. Our middle is almost cleared. I was going to move the shoes to the shoe rack. So when I bought these shoe racks, this is literally where they were supposed to go. And it's been, oh my god, like a year. And I just had all these things here, and I just never got to it. More so, not that I didn't get to it. I've obviously built them, but I had them along the other wall, but I had them here, and then this used to be there, and this we didn't have, so it's a work in progress. And you know what? I'm happy with progress. Progress is something. So I'm just going to remove those last few shoes and slot them underneath here. I got my white drawers here now. We have to find a way to sort these bikes. I don't know the best way to store the bikes. We want to put them on the wall somehow, but we don't have a ton of space on the wall just because of how the construction and stuff is. So at one point we thought of slotting them in this way. The handles come a little bit farther than the unit, but like we could deal. We've thought about doing the same thing over here, but there's just not enough space because of the slope, so we figured that we could better use that. Oh my god, it's freezing down here. So I have several bins of like clothes. Some of it's mine, some of it's Scott's. Some of it I had in vacuum seal bags, and I've since like broken the seal to get something out of them, so I gotta go through them again and better sort them so that I know if it's something that I'm like, you know, not gonna really ever touch and it's like a real special occasion type thing, I can move it appropriately. And now that we have those drawers down here, I'm contemplating like what is worthwhile putting into the vacuum seal bags, what's worthwhile to just put it in the drawers, because the drawers actually level, so it will function and not jam. Yeah, and then, like I said, lots of things I need to kind of quickly go through to figure out if they're being recycled, and by recycled I mean donated. I have recycling, which is why I said that. I have like half a dozen shoe boxes, so I'm just gonna line those shoes up, and then I'm gonna call it a day from down here. I'm gonna go up and edit the vlog that was from a couple weeks ago that I mentioned earlier, so I'm gonna get that up. I'll just upload it for tomorrow. And then I'm probably just gonna hang out. I might do a little bit more of the folding, because like I said, it's the folding of Scott's clothes. Although he's never gonna fold things quite as nicely initially, I'll be happy. It'll satisfy me. It'll just look so nice. So that's what I'm gonna do. Good morning. It is 7 o'clock, just after 7. It is blindingly bright out, but it's frigid cold. Scott and I are driving to his mom's place for a walk. We are walking to actually the bakery we went to yesterday, or the bagel place we went to yesterday. And then we are going to do our adventure to Home Depot and get all the things we need. Thankfully I have a picture of the color. And I'm going to try not to freeze to death. I'm in so many layers because I just hate being cold. Hate it. And it was feeling like minus 14. And the issue is, so we have, I call it a smart house. We have a smart house. We have a Nest, we have an August lock, and our Nest, for some reason recently, has been locking into eco mode even when we're home, which it's not supposed to do. So last night it decided to drop to eco mode. So we woke up this morning, like just after 6. It was 15, 16 degrees in the house, and it's not supposed to drop that low while we're home. So it's still warming up. We cranked it to 24. So hopefully by the time we get home, it'll be 24, because it was quite chilly. It was very brisk getting dressed in all of the layers. But yeah, I'll take you for the walk. wanted to check in about what we got at Home Depot, and also the fact that Scott just got a free circular saw, not from Home Depot, from his mom, just to add to our toolkit, because you never know. And we're gonna use the chop saw later today for the wood pieces. But we got a set. We are a family of Milwaukee tools, and we had Scott's mom's old impact driver and drill, but with lending and borrowing over the last couple of years with other people who have Milwaukee tools, and even her new set, we've lost some bits along the way. And we used to have 2 or 3 packages of bits, and we were down to 1, and even the 1 didn't have all the things in it. So when we were walking around Home Depot, we actually found the big set, and it has 100 pieces in it, and it's got all the things that we need and then some. And we figured at least now we have everything, and obviously you can buy like individual bits like when needed. And then we had to get some new drill bits as well, because again, our drill bit one is suffering. And something that we noticed is that they've redone the bottom, hold please. They've redone the bottom of the drill bit with a nice like hex base that actually fits into the driver better. Woo, almost dropped that. And then we have my beloved paint, which they didn't do the finger swatch, which I understand why. So this is the Bear Marquee. I have it in satin because all of our walls are satin. There it is. So excited. So I got 2 of these, and they're like $5 a piece, and they're honestly, when you're doing a small accent wall like this, they're just so much more economical, even if you have to buy multiples, because the Bear Marquee quart tin is like $35. I'm like, I can get 6 of these small ones for that price, and I'm never gonna need that. So this is obviously the wall that it's going on, hence why I have this little chip and a little chip over there and the other wall, so I can see what it looked like in all of the lighting. And I just think it's gonna look so nice. I think the bar is gonna pop, although it needs to be closed because the man drawer portion is showing. P.S. if you don't get the man drawer joke, then I highly recommend you go watch Michael McIntyre, his stand-up. He's a British comedian. Riot. Scott and I went and saw him in New York. I think it was like 3 years ago. So worth it. So worth it. So anyways, I digress. So I'm gonna flip you around and show you the wall. Again, pardon the mess. So this will be the wall, so obviously our clock. This just has a whole bunch of stuff on it at the moment that wouldn't typically live there. Again, my chalkboard doesn't need to live there. We revamped the bar a little bit, and then our recycle, which obviously I will say, these have been piling up for a while, so don't judge me. I'm actually gonna back up a little bit so we can try and see the whole wall. So we're gonna go under the bulkhead. The bulkhead will stay gray. I just think it'll be a nice little punch of color, but it's funny, it doesn't look as deep in the sample jar as it does over here. But again, on the wall, it looks so much deeper. So in the end, I think it will look a little bit deeper on the wall just because of how the light is cast in our space. But you know what, in the end, if it doesn't work out and I get another one, it's another $10. So not the end of the world whatsoever. So I picked up some more painter's tape. I think, oh, they're the pieces of wood, which are somewhere. I don't know where Scott put them. We got a little bit of like a molding edge, a little flat one, so that we could make, I was gonna say safety bars. It's not safety, but it helped to keep the things on our rolling cart, which I'll show you. So this is the unit so far, and the idea is that about a few inches up, we're gonna have a bar that goes across so that when we pull things out, it doesn't rattle. And then we also bought a handle, which I think is tossed in the bag. Maybe it fell out, there we go. So it's kind of like a more industrial pipe. It's not quite what I had in mind originally, but looking at all the options, it was kind of like the best that made sense for the kitchens. A lot of them were much more elevated, and so they fit more for like a bedroom or a bathroom. So that one's kind of funky, I kind of like that. Now ideally, it will be painted white to match the shelf that my dad installed in the kitchen for us. But like, I'm really impatient and I really just want to have it done. I want to put all the things on it, and everyone's telling me to be patient, and I've already been patient. I don't want to be patient anymore. So Scott's taking a break, well deserved. We had another bagel from the old bagel house. We bought some more bagels. Like yesterday we bought just like the mini bagels and a couple turnovers. Today we went back with his mom and his sister, and we walked away with, I think, a half dozen bagels. So we had garlic bagels, onion bagels, and everything bagels. They're so good. And they have a whole bunch of different cream cheeses. We got like a basil pesto one. Oh, we're putting it in our stuffed chicken breast for dinner tonight. It's going to be delightful. So I'm going to finish enjoying my tea, and then I think I might head to the basement for a little bit. I have to do some work soon, but I'm feeling a little bit more house productive now, work productive later. And I'm going to finish editing. I finished editing the video, my last vlog, last night, but I was too tired to export it, so I'm going to read through it or watch through it one more time, and then I will decide if there's any more editing to do, and then I'll upload it. Alright, so we are all taped and papered. I've now changed into a shirt Scott doesn't care for, so it can be a painting shirt. Got my hair up in a bun. I'm so excited. It is 5 to 6, and part of my brain and part of everyone else's brain is like, don't do it tonight, do it another night. Well, I don't want to, I'm gonna do it now. So we have dinner in the oven. We have a really tasty stuffed chicken breast that we're making. So I'm gonna show you guys a little swatch of the paint in the sample bin. My dad lent me a tray and a handle because I have roller heads but none of that, so I'm ready to see this big green. I'm so excited. So let's do it. Ta-da! So this is 2 sample sizes. I did run out after using the first one to buy 2 more because I wasn't sure if it was going to cover it. It did, but you can see that it's a little bit patchy. Now, Bear paint is supposed to kind of go on in one coat even with darker colors, but like, I'm not mad that I need to do potentially a second coat tomorrow. So I'm gonna let it dry tonight. I've wrapped my rollers up, my brush up so that they don't get hard. And I will see what it looks like in the morning, and then when I come home from work tomorrow, I will potentially do a second coat. And I did some math when I went in for my second set of samples. These little jars are 8 ounces, so 207 milliliters or 8 ounces. And when compared to the smallest can, which is a quart, which I mentioned earlier was like $32 to $35 depending on the can you get. 4 of these is actually equivalent to one of those cans. And it saves me $15. So even if I needed to buy more than 4, I'm still saving money. So fun little way, cheaper alternative if you are looking to do an accent wall that's not overly large. You save a little bit of money that way. I am so happy with this. So it is 8:15. I think I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. I am so excited about all the things we got done this weekend. Really love these kind of weekends and just these moments where you're like super productive and you have a lot to show for it. So I'm gonna go spend a few minutes prepping a few more things for my lessons tomorrow and call it a night. All finished. I think it looks so good. So I put the bar back together this morning and I'm loving it. It looks so nice. And you know what? I was a little worried after the first coat because it was supremely streaky, but I did a second coat. I didn't even use up all of the 3rd sample jar to do that second coat, and I covered all of it, and I'm super happy with it. And of course, like, the walls are not even. They've been plastered over in previous years and repainted, so they're a bit uneven to begin with, but that was more effort than I was going to put into this place, but loving it. Super happy. That is that. So that's everything. That was my super productive weekend, and I will see you guys soon. See ya!